500% gains. Ankr coin will explode. Analysis and update crypto news. And at a certain point, it went from 140 million in market cap to 1.3 billion in the space of just a single month. In any case, was Ankr really intending to accomplish? Stick around and we'll discuss it. And in case there's one task that has risen quickly in notoriety in the past couple of months because of its connections inside the crypto space, it's Ankr. Established by an extremely strong group of ex-Amazon engineers, tech leads, data scientists, and more. Hello guys, and welcome back to our crypto channel. Today, in this video, we will be discussing Ankr coin updates, current status of Ankr, how it rose rapidly in the crypto industry, and how it will explode by discussing the reasons we'll discuss further in the video. However, before we get started, make sure you're subscribed to our channel. Also, stay tuned with us until the end. So, let's go. The Ankr team is technologically able as well as inconceivably headed to make the token succeed. In any event, venturing to turn the whole mark of the task just to ensure it's profitable. While most individuals like to consider cryptocurrencies being intrinsically altruistic, in all actuality, most coins are backed by a company that has staff and developers to pay. This means that in a great deal of cases, the companies will really take venture capital investment to ensure their token does well. The issue is, however, that when governance is given to token holders and these venture capital firms hold those tokens, this means that the success and governance of a token quite just depends on the venture capital firms that are holding most of its supply. This really goes unnoticed by a ton of the crypto community, where enormous coins that seemingly have exceptionally fair governance are entirely settled by the venture capital firms that hold them. This is the reason Ankr settled on the decision not to take any venture capital funding, and why, instead of selling off tokens to pay the developers and the staff at the Ankr team, they instead search for substitute revenue streams, such as consulting. This is the thing that really assisted them with building the extremely strong industry connections that they have now, and why it shouldn't be seen as something terrible that the company has turned away from what Ankr was at first intended to be. Ankr's service. Despite Ankr being at first known for the quick and easy deployment of nodes on different chains, this isn't what individuals would consider being their defining product. Generally, everything they're doing is leasing server space from these data centers and permitting their users to set up nodes on them, which isn't exactly a cutthroat business model. Instead, Ankr can be separated into 4 distinct products. The easy and quick node deployment, API services, and full nodes are permitting developers to appropriately exploit cross-chain advancement stake Fi and Ethereum Layer 2 services. Layer 2 APIs. Starting with the last of those, since most of Ankr's user base is really expanding on top of the EVM, Ankr believes that the most eventual fate of Ethereum is in the Layer 2 solutions. Moreover, this is an opinion shared by a ton of the crypto space. In addition, this is especially applicable right now with the scaling problems that Ethereum has while they run after Ethereum 2.0. This is the reason Ankr has been working with various Layer 2 solutions, such as Metric to give API services to developers going forwards. Notwithstanding, more information on this has yet to be uncovered. StakeFi. Which brings us on to StakeFi, which allows any users to stake on Binance Smart Chains or Fi 2.0, with the last having the option to be staked on for as low as 0.5. This is now ending up extraordinarily famous, with more than $350 million of BNB or Ethereum being staked through their nodes. Probably the hardest hindrance of passage for staking on S2.0 is really the cost of getting 32 Ethereum. StakeFi aims to change this by permitting you to change your Fi over to AF, which then, at that point, gives you liquidity to micropools on the Ankr platform. This essentially means that in the background, Ankr is arranging the entirety of the resources of its users to make up the 32F needed to stake. This means that despite the fact that Fi 2.0 isn't live yet, you can in reality still acquire rewards from staking it, because you can just change your AF back into F anytime, or you could even use your AF in DeFi protocols that permit the use of it. On top of this, AF would really permit exchanges dEPs or DEXs to give Ethereum staking to their users just by simply using the convention Ankr has effectively constructed. Nonetheless, the product that appeals to me the most of the Ankr roster is really the capacity to use full nodes that you can convey on their platform. To access the APIs of any of the chains, you should have nodes on. Developer protocols and nodes. This means as a developer, you can write applications that access the APIs of a wide range of nodes that are viable with Ankr, which incorporates chains such as Bitcoin, HBAR, NEO, and so many more. This works by using a convention called RPC, or Remote Procedure Call, which allows the engineer to access the full API of whatever chain they're running a node of. Node deployment. Finally, what Ankr actually became known for: modest and rapid node deployment. While almost anybody could technically figure out how to run a node on a given chain, that all it requires is some technical skill or the capacity to read engineered documentation. A higher obstacle to get over is actually the financial requirements to run a staking node, which are defined by the protocols themselves. This is the reason Ankr is intending to give the ability to anybody to run one of these nodes without the sometimes tens of thousands of dollars of forthright cost to do as such, making deployment as easy as a single click. It's not difficult to see why this caused such a rapid development of Ankr, and also why the company is making a decent attempt to construct protocols on top of this existing core foundation that they have. This would allow much more noteworthy usage of their services and ensure that they are referred to for node deployment as well as for figuring out how to assemble a genuine ecosystem surrounding these nodes. Price prediction: 2021. Ankr is expected to have a cost surge from the predicted cost opening of $0.183 for 2021 and 89 cents by finishing, representing a 386% increase for the last quarter of the year. In any case, it's expected to average at 53 cents and most logical close the year at 89 cents, representing 10,370.59% development from January to December 2021. 2022. In January 2022, it's expected that Ankr will experience a bearish run, seeing its value fall to as low as 18 cents. This is a derivation based on past bullish and bearish cycles, and it's accepted that the cryptocurrency market will enter a bearish downtrend in most of 2022 based on 2 years of bullish cycle from January 2020 to December 2021. Consequently, it's cheerful that the cost of Ankr will experience a slow move from 18 cents to 27 cents, representing half development amidst a bearish market. Investor Place suggests, based on gov.capital, Wallet Investor, and Digital Coin Price, that the Ankr cost should, in 1 year time, float in the value range somewhere in the range of 25 and 40 cents. 2023 to 2024. The bearish move may proceed with midway into 2023, with Ankr token trading at 26 cents towards the start of 2023, and it is expected to experience a development surge settling at $1.5 before the close of 2024, accordingly giving it another ATH and development of 17,546.06% from January 2021 to December 2024. A key contributory factor that could see Ankr hitting another all-time high of $1.5 can be because of its creative platforms, applications, and services turning out to be more interesting to blockchain users and its wide acknowledgement on all significant cryptocurrency exchange sites. Do like this video. Also, subscribe and share our crypto channel. Do let us know your thoughts about Ankr's future in the comments section.